Why iPhone SE? Coming up right now. Let's go. So what is up, guys? This is Nick here from Everything Tech, help you to master your technology. And why the iPhone SE? Now, this video title is a little bit, questionable. You could say, what do you mean why? What are you talking about why? And what I'm going to share with you here is reasons why this phone is still relevant here after 1 year in 2017 and why you might want to buy it. Now, I did a should you buy iPhone SE in 2017, but what's key difference here between this video and that video is I tried to remain as objective as possible in that video, whereas in this video, I'm going to share with you my experience, more opinions, and my subjective take on it. This is not objective. This is totally what I think about it. So this is a little bit biased. It's going to be here in this video, just warning you up front. So I want to share with you guys my story on the SE. So last year, my sister went ahead and purchased the rose gold iPhone SE when it first was released, and she let me use it for review as well as unboxings because she was a 5S fan and she decided she wanted something more powerful, but she really loved the small iPhone. So she went with the SE, let me use it. I liked using it so much. I thought it was really fast, powerful, and that was back in the days of 9.3.5 when the SE was released. So later on that year, I picked up a black iPhone SE, a small 4-inch black one, and I was doing reviews and everything, and a couple days after doing reviews and everything, I noticed that the iPhone SE, the black one, had a stain in the aluminum, so I got upset and I took that back to Apple, traded it for a gold SE, and that gold SE is the one you've seen in my, more popular iPhone SE all-day battery test we did last summer, and we're going to be doing more of those if you would like to see on future iOS version battery tests for the iPhone SE, because the battery life does change through different softwares here. But yeah, I had the gold SE, and then I sold the gold SE to pick up an iPhone 6, and that was not a good choice. So I sold the iPhone 6 to pick up a 6S Plus, and then I decided, you know what, I'm gonna pick up another SE to bring it back to the channel, and here I am with the 16 gig SE. Now this is no longer my main smartphone, but I do use it from time to time, not quite as much as I do the iPhone 7 Plus, which is my main iPhone right now. So that's my story on the SE. Now in terms of using it, all these iPhone SEs, what can I tell you to start off here? The hardware is, you can say for the least part, I could say iconic here. So it's a legendary design. It's the design of the 5 series, and this was one of the most popular designs ever. You see these iPhones everywhere when they were released, the iPhone 5, the 5S, and the SE, and you still see these iPhones out quite a bit in the public here. So you can say over a year that the iPhone SE still retains its old school design, and it's not a bad design. The bezels are a bit thick, which I don't like here, but because the screen is so perfect for one-hand use, this is a lot of the reason why I like this design. Now the hardware is very durable on the SE. Now when you drop an SE, you're not likely to mess it up real easily. This guy has some pretty good durability going around the edges here as well as the corners. I got a couple nicks. I've dropped the SE quite a few times pretty hard, and it could withstand some damage. So you can see it does have the matte finish now, and no longer did the SE have the chamfered edges, which I thought were just disgusting when they got all scratched up there on the 5S. So I do love the build quality of the SE, and its design is pretty nice overall. I wish they would take this design and put it in a larger phone, and the 4-inch screen is what really I don't like about the SE in general. I just don't like 4-inch screens. I know a lot of people do like them, but it is a benefit from time to time, and we'll talk about what I think is beneficial about the SE later, but this is the reason why it's not my main smartphone, is because it's a 4-inch screen. What I love about the iPhone SE is that its price point. So if we go to the Apple Store, you can see that the iPhone SE now comes in 32 gigabytes as well as the 128 gigabytes, and that's what really makes this guy a bargain, because it has an Apple A9 CPU with 2 gigabytes of RAM, and it runs like it has an A10. It's really fast due to the fact that the SE utilizes a smaller screen with less resolution. It makes the phone just rocket right through every single thing you throw at it. So you can see if you want to pick up an SE here, it starts at $399. Let's just go to a SIM-free phone here. You can choose your colors here. Let's go down, And let's see, let's just choose the rose gold because that's the one I got. You can see right there, 32 gigs, $399, 128 gigs, $499. And if you find these on Swappa as well as, you know, other third-party retailers, you should be able to find them a little bit cheaper here. But the price point is one of the huge factors in why I love the SE, because the SE literally does not feel any slower than my iPhone 7 Plus, and it has, you know, a much cheaper price tag. Yes, it doesn't have the nice P3 display as well as the large display, but I mean, it's very functional, and this phone is a phone that I would label just gets the job done. It really does. It gets the job done, and it's a pleasurable, you know, phone to use if you can deal with the small screen. My eyes, having a phone that has the software of $1,000 iPhone 7 Plus, or you could say a $700 iPhone 6s Plus, or even the 6, you know, 6 Plus is coming down now. But the more expensive iPhones, this equates in my mind to an extremely good value here with the iPhone SE. I mean, you get a metal body, you get a 4K camera, and a lot of people trash the iPhone SE's camera on websites and sources, and I find this to be absolutely ridiculous. This 12 megapixel iSight camera 4K video recording is the same one that's found in the iPhone 6s, and if you know what you're doing, this camera is incredible. It shoots incredible video, and it shoots incredible photos, and I think they're professional level. If you tweak them right, if you shoot it on a tripod, you can get some pretty professional shots here out of the iPhone SE. Now, that front-facing camera, of course, that's not the best thing we've ever seen. That's a 1.2 megapixel, but surprisingly, even though it's a 1.2 megapixel camera here for the iPhone SE, I found it to be, you know, better than average, honestly. Even with its lower resolution, Apple has found a way to post-process the image, and it just looks pretty solid. I mean, look at that camera right there. That's the camera we're shooting on right here. I mean, yeah, it's not super crisp when you zoom all the way in on a laptop or a computer, but who's going to be doing that for selfies? I mean, overall, the image looks solid, clean, and acceptable, in my opinion, here for the front-facing camera. So for those people out there on these sources and websites bashing the SE's camera, I think it's absolutely ridiculous. Both cameras are more than suitable for most people's needs here for the iPhone SE. Why the iPhone SE? Another reason why is portability. I mean, using this phone, it's like the most portable, powerful smartphone. So here is an LG G6. So this year in 2017, we're bringing smartphones to the table that are large and portable, but even the G6 is a stretch in comparison to the iPhone SE. Look at the size and difference. One-hand powerhouse here for the iPhone SE, something you're not going to get even on the largest smartphones out there. Yes, you could say the G6 is very innovative, it's come very far here, but going ahead and reaching the corners, you can see it's still very long and tall experience, much better than our past phablets. But the portability factor of the iPhone SE makes this a stunner, and it's been one of the reasons why I keep it in my bag when I go out biking, or I go out skateboarding, or I just go out in general. This little baby right here is great for portability, and especially if you're the type of person who takes the bus a lot, or you're on the train and you don't want people peeping your stuff, what you're doing on your phone. It's really easy to just be in your own content here on the iPhone SE rather than having everybody looking over your shoulder, seeing what you're doing. Nobody wants to see what you're doing, but you know, if they do, they're not going to see it too easily here for the iPhone SE because it's small. Another reason why the iPhone SE is a smartphone that I think is, you know, pretty awesome is that it has Apple Pay. So only the iPhone 6 had Apple Pay when it first came out, and now we have Apple Pay on a small smartphone in the iPhone SE. And it's pretty cool because to be able to make mobile payments on a device this small is pretty awesome. I mean, I have a large hand, as you well know if you've watched this channel, and you could see, look at the size of this thing. You could go ahead and make a mobile payment on this little iPhone SE. If you would have showed this to somebody in the late 70s or in the early 60s or way back when, whatever, years ago, this would have been extraordinary to look at here. Now everyone's got mobile payment, but to make a payment on a large smartphone, it feels luxurious. It feels like you would expect it. You got a big, smart, high-tech smartphone. Go ahead and make your payment. But here on the SE, it's like you wouldn't expect it that you could make a payment on such a small little device like this. So I think Apple Pay was huge for the SE, and why iPhone SE is still a recommendation from me. Let's talk about a few other things why iPhone SE in my experience. And my experience using this guy out and about, in the public has been great because I can lay this thing on the table. It's small, you know, nobody, like I said, nobody's peeping what you're doing, and you just can do things a lot easier. Throw this thing into a bag. It's just awesome to use for portability. Street photographers can just go ahead and grab this thing with one hand, go ahead and find the camera. Where's the camera at in this baby? Where's it at? Okay. Go ahead and grab the camera and boom, you can be very discreet about your picture taking. Nobody really knows what you're doing here with the SE. Also, with the tripods and accessories that we have for our phones these days, the iPhone SE makes a great little portable gadget for going out and taking pictures. Also, you could stand it up really easy on things. As you can see right there, it stands up by itself, and that means that if you're outside, you don't have a tripod, it's easy to stand the iPhone SE up on its side and go ahead and set a timer and take your picture. So that's a pretty cool little benefit of the iPhone SE's design. Another thing I like about the SE is because it's so small, it's very easy to clean. So it's like one wipe and you're done. I know this is something that doesn't really matter in terms of buying a phone, but I noticed these little details like this. Cleaning this phone is really easy. It's one quick wipe and the phone is clean. Also, I want to mention that when you buy an iPhone SE, the whole argument about the screen being small, that's why the iPhone SE exists, is because the screen is small. They have the 6S if you don't want a small screen. So that argument is kind of, you know, in my opinion, kind of stupid. It's not really an argument because the iPhone SE is designed to be small. So you know what you're getting when you get the iPhone SE. And a couple other things I want to mention is battery life is tremendous on the SE. This phone, for the size of this phone, can go all day long. All day, you know what I mean? It could go all day long. Now, also I do want to mention that the iPhone SE is one of the easiest phones to type with. Now, maybe not the most accurate because of the small keyboard, but in terms of typing, this phone is extremely easy to type on. So if I go into Safari here and I go into right here, you can see Google. Sometimes you miss, but it's so easy to reach everything and type with one hand. And this is one of the reasons why I think people probably love the iPhone SE, is its one-handing typability. So I don't even know if typability is a word. I make up my own words sometimes. So that pretty much wraps up my Why iPhone SE video. I made this video because I wanted to share my experience. I wanted to express my experience to you guys about the iPhone SE, more say than just do an objectified review where it's planned, scripted, and all this. All this came straight from me, straight from my experience using the SE, and I think that's one of the best ways to talk about it. And this is what I think about the iPhone SE after using this baby for about a year. Any other video suggestions, questions, things you want to see on Apple iPhone SE, other iPhones, other Android phones, comment them down below. If you guys enjoyed this content as well, do me one more favor, click the like button for me. I will catch you all in the next one. Be sure to be well. Nick here, and peace.